All right, guys, this is Mr. Beck back talking about conditionals again. We are right here where we left off. So I wanted to just emphasize something about this compound conditional statement. Okay, so this is an operator here and has two operands, one on this side and one on this side. So this is the OR operator. So either one of these are true, then that makes these both true. In this particular case, you have an AND here, you got two here. So if both of them have to be true to make this entire one true. So AND happens first. So this part of the condition would happen first, evaluate, and then whatever this evaluates to would evaluate with this. Or only one of them will have to be true for it to be true. So when I run this, there's my rectangle right there. Okay. If I press X, it fills it with black. If I press W, it fills it with red. All right, so I want to do another conditional statement. Let's make a random number. So I want an integer random number. I'm going to call it ran, and I'm going to set it to, I'm in the setup method. Give me 1 second. Let me go back up to the top so I can put my variables in. Okay, I have an int ran right here. I'm going to use that. What I do is I'm going to set it to a random integer from 1 to 11, okay? From 1 to 11, and I want it to print out. So I'm just say print line, print line ran, okay? I want it to print out because I want to be able to see what it is, all right? It's going to print out down here. I'm going to keep going down, and I'm going to use that random in my if statement here, okay? So I'm going to say if ran variable is less than or equal to 3, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill something with a black color. Else if ran is less than or equal to 6, let's say less than or equal to 6, then what we're going to do, we're going to fill it with probably a white color. Else if ran is less than or equal to 9, fill with red color, and then otherwise just fill it with a blue color. Oh, what am I going to fill? Well, I don't have anything to fill yet. So let's do this. We got to go down here and put in the code for an ellipse. So my ellipse is going to be width divided by 3, comma height divided by 3. And let's say 200 in width and 100 in height. So it looks a little funky. Here we go. What is my random number? My random number was 8. Can't see it because it prints way at the top. If we stop this guy and go all the way back up to the top, you'll see it was 8. Let's see. Okay. I don't know where it went, but it keeps printing the variable as true. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just comment that out real quick so we don't have to worry about it. That, along with the key stuff and the rec stuff, I'm going to comment that stuff out, okay? So we don't have to worry about it. We're just going to worry about the random number now and my ellipse, all right? So we're going to run it again. There's my ellipse. It's white. Ran is 6, so it's white. Let's run it again. Ran is 10, so it has to be blue. You see that? Run it again. Ran is then going to be 9, so it's red. See how that works? So this is an extended if statement here. All right, guys. I want to show you another one. Yeah, so I'm going to draw another ellipse, but I'm going to use different variables with it, okay? I'm still going to use the width. I'm going to say divided by 1.2, say height divided by, oh, not so much. Let's do 2 and height divided by 2, and here I'm going to put in an x and a y variable for the width and the height, okay? So the width and the height, I'm going to go back up. X and y is set to 40 right now, okay, both of them. So it's going to be an ellipse in the middle of the screen set to 40. It's probably going to be the same color as the other ellipse. So both of them are black. I'm just going to comment this guy out for now. But what I want to do is I want to increase my variable. So I'm going to increase my x and I'm going to increase my y so that my ellipse just keeps growing and growing. So there's my ellipse growing and growing, okay? It just keeps growing and grows bigger, bigger, bigger. It's going to encompass the entire canvas, and the whole canvas is going to be white because the ellipse is bigger than the canvas, okay? But here's what I'm going to do, okay? So you see it's getting bigger and bigger. It's going to engulf the whole canvas. There it is, and now it's all white. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a Boolean variable. Watch how I do this, okay? I'm going to put in a Boolean variable, and I'm going to call it small. I declared it up here at the top above the setup method, and then I initialized it to true inside the setup method, okay? So it's small. So what I'm going to do is take these out, and I'm going to say, right here above the ellipse, I'm going to say if small is equal to true, then what are we going to do? Well, we've got to increase two things, right? We got to increase x, and we got to increase y, right? Increase both of them. Then we're going to say we just need the rest of it to run. So we're going to say else. What are we going to do? If we're not increasing, then we're going to be decreasing, okay? So there we're decreasing both of them. So it should increase because small is true. There you go. It's increasing. And guys, remember this is the double equal sign. You have to have the double equal sign in your conditionals. If not, it will not work, okay? So it keeps growing and growing. Small never changes or anything. So here's what we're going to do. We say if, now this is logical, like how we would say it is how we're going to write it, okay? So we're going to say if x is less than 600, what does that mean? That means that small is true because it is small if it's less than 600, right? And then we can say else if x is less than 1, then what? Small is set to false because it is no longer a small it is no longer a small ellipse, okay? Now let's run it and see what happens. So small is true, x is increasing, y is increasing, 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 right? Yeah, it just keeps going and going and going. So something's wrong with my logic here. Let's look at it and try to fix it, all right? Yeah, guys, so a lot of times you're going to have to look at your programs, you're going to have to debug them. So it's not working exactly how we want it to work. So it's a big deal that you learn how to debug your program. So let's try something else. Let's say if x is, let's change it around. So if x is greater than 600, what's going to happen here? Small is then going to be false because it's bigger than 600. It's not a small, it's not a small ellipse anymore. Else, if it's less than 1, small is going to be true because it is a small ellipse at that point. Okay, so here we're going to make the ellipse. The ellipse is going to go ahead and run. And hopefully, when it gets to 600, it's going to reverse course and go back down to 1. Look at that. It does go back down to 1. That's pretty cool. Looks like a record there. But what's going on is the background's not getting redrawn, right? So, it's showing where it previously drew that circle, all right? So that's a little bit more about how if statement works. They can get kind of complicated, but you got to practice, practice, practice. I mean, everything's about practice, right? So look at if statements more and more. You can look at them in different languages if you want. They're all pretty much the same type of idea behind it. So, practice. Do the worksheets and do the labs and stuff and see if you can get those if statements down, okay? See you in the next video.